And he said, the Dr. Baumia, the clueless and all that. Look, my prayer is that we finish this primary quickly. For me, Okoe Boye, I'll be one of the most comfortable persons in this country discussing the record of JM and VIP, Dr. Baumia. Very comfortable. Baumia was part of the team that has stabilized the availability and supply of power. Before we came under JM, accessing power was a problem. Doc, but for about 3-4 years in this country, when NDC was in power, are viewers not aware that accessing power was a problem? Talking about power stability and availability. No. It was a problem.
No, I passed the comment because you said it was Dr. Baumia who has come to stabilize.
No, my point is that he is part of the team today.
That has done what?
Of course, that has put in place the structures to ensure that we are able to keep to sustain all the entities that must be kept in check so that power is made available.
Yeah, but that's what you inherited.
Oh, but Doc,
yes,
with all due respect,
yes,
we didn't have stable power during the time of GM. They always say that at the time he was leaving, their lights were not off. But when he was in power,
yes,
for about 3 to 4 years, power availability was a problem.
What did you inherit? Did you inherit doom?
Oh, Doc, you see, my position.
Don't forget that you held a press conference in 2016 addressed by Mr. Boache Jaco on this situation. And I can play back what your party said.
Look, one thing I'll mention, which is basic, is that our problems with power was not all technical. There was a lot of financial, factors.
Yes.
If we are not kept the liquidity situation at a particular minimum level, power will not be available.
Have you been following the liquidity situation as far as the power sector is concerned?
The crap plan is saying, I have a bottom line. My bottom line is that as we speak, the availability of power under this administration is way better. No, that one we can leave it to viewers to judge.
No, it's not. Look, it's unfortunate that I have to go back and forth with you on this. But at least for the last 1 month, if there's one sector that we have discussed here with both parties and civil society, is the power sector. The level of debt, the level of losses, the impact of this sector. In fact, if you read this World Bank report that led to our discussion, if you look at the IMF program, you will see it.
Look, I know. I'm not saying the sector is being
never has this country been engulfed in the kind of debt situation, financial mess that we have in the power sector. Never.
You see, the more you talk, the more you create problems for your government. Let's close.
There are bottom lines.
Making things worse for yourself.
What I am happy about is that for factories, for most small businesses, the level of availability of power today is way better than what we saw at the GM.
You see, at what cost? You see, Doc, you see, and I am very worried about these positions. You know why I'm worried? That's exactly what led us to us going to the IMF and to do a debt restructuring. No, let me explain. No, I'll give you the time. Let me explain to you why. Anytime we kept making the point, despite everything, and I know it's one of your favorite lines, we are still paying this. We are still doing this. We are still doing that. What we never averted our minds to was that in saying we are still doing this, we are still keeping the lights on. At what cost?
Yes.
So all the things that we said we kept doing, we are still spending this on 3 SHS. We are still paying teacher training. We are still doing this. We are still doing that. The effect of we are still doing is what led us to the IMF.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With a much,
so same thing I'm telling you.
Bigger.
When we keep saying that we're keeping the lights on, we're keeping the lights on. We're doing that at what cost?
Yes.
And when will it explode in our faces?
Yes.
And at that point, what is going to happen to us?
Look, I mean,
that for me is the issue.
Look, your point is well received. All I'm saying is that I'm happy about the fact that when all is said and done, I would prefer power being on with us being ready to discuss the challenges, to power not being stable and available, to us not discussing challenges. So I am not against what you are saying. Obviously.
What have you done to ensure availability of power?
Sammy,
is it generation or
as for
fuel
you,
or whatever?
You can't give me.
You're just reaping from the investments of John Mahama. You've done nothing in the power
You can't give me back my time. This gentleman has power. So let me do it. Doc. So my point is that let's be interested. When I watched JJ and Mesa, it was obvious that they know more about the sector than me. Okay, but for the layman, Doc, for the man walking on the streets of Teshi at either Tribleo or Agbriza or First Junction or Shona, all he's happy about that when he gets home and he's feeling quite hot after bathing, the fan can move. But if you tell him there are challenges with the cost, he will tell you try and deal with it. That's my position. Let's deal with it.
It's the same thing. This same thing was what you kept telling them.
Yeah.
That despite all the challenges, you are still getting this.
Yeah.
We are still paying this. We are still paying that. Only for them to now realize that even they pensioners, you have driven them to a situation where even the money they rely on for their medication, they can't get. You are driven. No, I'm just telling you that.
Please,
no,
speak
up. Doc, I'm just saying that.
I've already.
I'm just saying that. You see, I'm just saying that if you have a situation where we are not prepared to look at the repercussions of the actions of government and to just say that once something is happening, irrespective of the cost of that thing happening, and irrespective of the fact that when it blows up in a not too distant future, it will erode everything that we were supposed to have gained from it and make us worse off. Like we are suffering today. If you were a pensioner, bondholder, you will not appreciate all those things that happened to you 3, 4, 5 years ago because of the excruciating circumstances you find yourself in today.
Look, let me tell you something.
If you had bought even cocoa bills in February this year, and you were expecting maturity in August at 32% and you have now been told that come and exchange it, and you only get 5% this year, and we'll finish paying you what you earn in August by whatever, because of this same situation. You won't appreciate what we're saying. So, Dr. Okoe Boye, what I'm telling you is that if you look at the indebtedness to the IPPs, what that thing means.
Over 1 billion.
If you look at the performance of ECG, what that means, and that even the cash waterfall for the last 2 months, the last time the report was made, what they paid was less than 20%.
Yeah, Doc.
If you understand the implications of what is happening in that sector,
Doc, all I'm saying,
you will not be talking
Doc,
the way
my
you're
position
talking.
is not that speak about availability and go to sleep. So I am with you. But I want to make a point that the low availability or unstable availability of power had serious impact on industry. You get what I mean? It had, in fact, the performance of industry, including the mining sector, what made them suffer most was the availability of power, where they had to generate their own power. So all I'm saying is that, for me, having the power on is something that is very, and when I meet my
if it goes bust,
but Sammy, let me make my point. I mean,
the point I'm making
to you is that the
when
power
it
being
goes
on.
bust, when it goes bust, all what you are talking about will be eroded.
We will not, and as a government,
although
I'm not the minister of, I mean, the Honorable Minister of Energy will not be sitting down and making it go bust.
Like you said, you will never go to the IMF.
Oh, please, come on.
Like you said, you will never go to the IMF.
But I wrote a lot. Look, so, and again, the same Dr. Baumia that sometimes Sami wants to speak as if he doesn't know his left or right, was the one who analyzed John Mahamad's economic management and said that, looking at all the factors, he would end up at the IMF. In fact, initially he denied.
And did he analyze his own economic performance?
Mahamad told Baumia that he wouldn't go. Baumia said, I've looked at all your figures. It's the safest place you arrive. And he was there. So
Mahamad said he wouldn't go to IMF.
Initially when VIP made the comment that his government will go to the IMF, he said it's not true. He didn't say yes, we are going to the IMF.
So with him, with Dr. Baumia at the helm, as the head of the economic management team, what happened to all those analyses that he had made?
Let me flow small. I beg you.